Hello everybody, BrioS here, and today we're looking at one of the PGI mech inventions from some time back, and it's the honorable 65-ton industrial battle mech, the Roughneck. And the variant I have for you today is the Laservomit version, the Roughneck 3A. It got a few quirk passes recently, and it's pretty interesting. I kind of like it. Yeah. So anyway, what's good about the Roughneck is that it has, well, I wouldn't say a lot, but significant defensive quirks, and it has 4 high-mounted hardpoints, and in the case of the 3A, 4 high-mounted energy hardpoints in the side torsos and 1 in the head, forming a nice cluster with good conversions and good height. 2 extra energy hardpoints in the arms are rather low, but you can use them for additional firepower given a chance. But this mech excels at hill humping because you can fire these 4 once you can see the enemy combined with the one in the head. So what build am I running? Well, this mech is quirked for pulses, which I'll talk about later. So I'm running the classic 3 large pulse lasers in the side torsos combined with 4 ER medium lasers. TCOM Mark 1 gives it additional range for all the lasers, and even though it only has 15 double heatsinks with the heat quirk, it's pretty okay actually. It runs kinda hot, but you can alpha 2 or maybe 3 times before you actually overheat, which is fine. So good at trading with the enemy, and trading is a skill everybody should pick up. So it runs a light fusion 300 engine also, so you can lose a side torso. I could use XL, but I don't really need a tonnage. This is sufficient for me. And talking about the quirks, if you look at the quirks here, you'll see that it has a large, or rather a pulse laser range of plus 10%. Combined with the TCOM, the large pulses hit out to over 500 meters, optimal, so that's very decent for large pulse lasers, which are its main weapons. A pulse laser duration of 5% benefits the large pulses, allowing them to do all its damage in a shorter time, and the heat reduction of 10% is pretty sweet. So yeah, 15 heat sinks is more or less enough. As for survivability, it gets a full body armor quirk of 5, hence my rear armor is 0, plus 5 is 5 in the rear. It gets a CT boost of 5, and a lot of structure, full body structure 10, and 10 more structure in the center torso, 5 for the side torsos. And structure is used basically not only for taking damage, but it's really good for soaking heat damage. So yeah, you can basically take quite a bit of damage in this Roughneck, but don't be overconfident. It's not a lot of extra armor, and things evaporate really fast with the high amount of DPS and alphas out there. So let's get down to the skills. So this is a pretty standard Laservomit skill tree. Build code, all that, and skill code will be in the comments below, pinned. So running full range and full heat gen for 10.5% additional heat, combined with the heat code, there's 20.5% reduction in heat. Range of 15% is nice. You get about 400 plus optimal, I think 428 optimal for the ER mediums, and about 514 optimal for the large pulses, making this a very decent mid-range trader. IS Laservomit is really strong, with the only caveat that you gotta get into range for that. Once you get into range, you will outclass Clan Laservomit. And talking about Laservomit, always run laser duration if you have lasers on your mech. So 4 nodes for 15% reduction in the duration. Combined with the 5% pulse laser quirk, the large pulses reduce the very short burn time by another 20%, which makes it really sweet at just tapping and destroying the enemy. Being a strong mech with lots of structure and some armor quirks, going full structure and armor, that gives me a significant amount of protection, 18% and 33% for armor and structure respectively. For mobility, I managed to get 7 nodes of Heartbreak, allowing you to reverse, increasing the deceleration time. So this is really good for trading because you're going to hill hump, you're going to go up the hill, decelerate quickly, fire, and reverse back into cover. So 7 nodes of Heartbreak really helps people if you are hill humping. Also corner picking, but this is a hill humping mech. In terms of operations, I've got 3 nodes of hill climb to allow me to navigate terrain better because I do not have jump jets. 5 nodes of cool run for 10% additional heat dissipation, and I got improved gyros for some amount of screen shake reduction, 70%. So as the enemy hits you, you can actually not have so much impulse on your mech, less screen shake, you can return fire, pinpointing your damage into the enemy as they just focus on shooting you. And you got a bit of armor, so that's trading. You lose a bit of armor, but you take away more from the enemy, in a good trade that is. Seismic, you'll see in the gameplay, Seismic is really useful for builds like this. What I mean by builds like this, you got heavy mech, not too mobile, no jump jets, so it helps to know what's around the corner before you turn around the corner. Also good for verticality, So in case it's HPG, you'll see in the gameplay later, you can see where the enemies are if they are in the basement. Moving on to radar deprivation. Because of its high mounts, I'm actually prioritizing radar deprivation on this mech. So I'm getting 80% radar deprivation for this. So I can peek, fire my alpha, twist to take return fire, reverse quickly with the heartbreak. And with the radar deprivation, the enemy loses their lock really quickly. If they're oblivious, they wouldn't know where you are. If they know where you are and they're a bit more skilled, they'll have a bit of problem returning fire. And you can reposition just a bit, so they have overwatch on the wrong location. That's how it's played. One node of advanced zoom is always useful for this zoom, and one consumable slot with an extra skill point here. Yep, cool shots are a bit weaker nowadays, so I don't often carry cool shots. Too many cool shots anyway. So that's it. That's the classic Roughneck 3A. You can imagine the movie reference for this paint scheme. And yeah, I do like this mech a lot. I wouldn't say it's overpowered, but definitely a performer, and really fun to play with the high mounts. So with that being said, let's get down to the gameplay and let's go. For the very first showcase match, we have a match on Terra, one of my favorite maps. And one thing about this map, it is kind of good to play. Different kind of playstyles are all legit. And in this particular map, it's domination. So I'll be going hit up to Gulf 7, around the circle, near the enemy, where I can use my high mounts to peek over the craters and terrain here. Missiles coming in already, without ECM and easily detected. But you don't need AMS. You just need a bit of cover. Maybe an ECM buddy. Rocks are better than AMS. So the strength of the Roughneck are actually its high mounts. So always try to maximize your strengths. So I'm actually trying to find some hills I can peek over. Like take a bit of fire on the executioner. Enemy has set up in Fox 7. It's time to trade. That was a bad trade. Took more damage than dealt. Gotta wait for my team to engage a bit more. Quick check on the minimap shows most of my team is reinforcing me, with flankers heading along 8 line. So with support right next to me, flankers moving fast. It's time to be a bit more aggressive in trading. Distract them as the flankers in Fox 8 work forward. That being said, always trade wisely. Do more damage than you think. Yep, here comes the flankers. It is the June patch, so you'll see lots of black lanterns which are overbuffed. Oh, they push through Gulf 6, look at that. A common mistake people do is just to rush in. More important is to hold good ground like here. Shift the left, use terrain to shield them. Shield me from them. Seismic goes off in minimap, so I know where they are. One guy just walks past me. Yep, there he is. It's a very weak build. UAC 10, 3 pulse lasers, pulse cannons. And bye bye. He goes down. I'm in a terrible position right now. Black lanterns on my left, big boys on my right. Don't expect the team to support you in such a situation, because they're heavily engaged with this crab, black lanterns, all sorts of stuff. Tactical shutdown here. This gargoyle is so fixated on pushing somebody. I think he wants the quick draw really nicely, but it gives me my back. Goodbye, Typhus. 5-3. Enemy push is stalling. They did a split push. A few backs coming in on the right, a few mechs coming on the left, and they get punished for it. Look at Black Lanterns, look at Foxtrot. So durable. Their 18 full body armor quirk is way too much. It's gonna get nerfed next month, by the way, to 14. Then we'll see how it goes. 6-3, we could still lose this. Enemy is holding Hotel 7, Hotel 6. A quick check on my paper doll shows my left torso is open. Always take note of stuff like that. So whenever you peek, fire, quickly show your armored torso to the enemy. In this case, my right torso. 6-4.
Acquired.
Team is pushing to the right. You don't have to always follow. I noticed there's some mechs on Hotel 6, so that this black land in front of me. So he's gonna rush in with his mask, and I'll support him. Odds are this cicada will be distracted by the black liner. And I take his right torso. Archer in his Lerm. Pusheen, one of his classic mechs. People have their preferences. I'm caught. Jenna tries to go for me. Oh well. Root Boy and his Raven, 2 light PPCs. He's the guy who dumped me. He deserves to die. I tried to take his left torso, but not enough. So as you can see, there's a lot of using the weapons, preferably along the hill humping, and reversing to cover. And I think that's it. Yep. Glorious victory, good defense as the Lanners and the enemy came in. We held our ground and basically just pushed them back. So that was an interesting match. Lots of defensive, wiped them out one by one. 941 damage, not bad for Laservomit. 1 kill only, but 4 KMDDs and a very sweet match score, 614. And for the second match, it's a match on the ever popular, very grey HPG Manifold. And when you start your match, always have a plan where you should go, so you can maximize the strengths of your mech. For this particular mid-range Laservomit, I'm going to head towards the Echo 4, Echo 5 area, where I can use the terrain, use my seismic, and basically just trade with the enemy. Gotta avoid the hills, so just don't give them lines, use the terrain in the middle. Snipers are not that scary, you just have to know how to deal with them. So position Echo 4, I got Overwatch on many areas, but enemy comes from the basement, that's Strife. He normally drops in coordinated group drops. Here he comes, he's gonna come up. Yep. So probably at least 2 UN Mad Dogs. Brawl combination. 2 Mad Dogs. But team's ready. They're coming out, showing the right torso first, so that's where I focus. One is halved. Strife loses his right torso, pushing into the whole enemy team if you look at the minimap. Sergeant said doing some nice pop-tarting as my strike comes in. He's open. That's a Thunderbolt Irby. Why is he in the basement? Well, he pays for it. Do not go basement. Kill everything else.
Push him in basement.
Do not push basement.
Like 4 There'll be 4 of them in there. Let's go.
Basement is normally a bad idea. As you can see in this match, there are Brawl Mad Dogs. Do not go in.
Let's go.
I like the comms. Whatever, guys. It's funny. Half joking, half for real. It's easy to kill everybody on top first. As you can see, you can hit them inside without going in. People don't realize that. One thing about playing this mech effectively, you can't be too impatient.
Hotel's alone up top.
Hold a spot, get good angles, shoot,
Pushing hotel.
use cover. Yeah, kill those on top
Yeah,
first,
I'll go
guys.
with you.
It doesn't have a lot of firepower, to be honest. In today's meta anyway. Just some sustain and pinpoint. Some. Okay, there's just too many. Overheating, so gotta cool down a bit. Team is rotating to Echo Line.
New target acquired.
But once the enemy moves a bit in the basement, I can see their feet. And a bit of the CT.
There's a stealth something on our right.
There's a medium in E5 there.
I'm actually worried people come by Delta 4. Always checking my minimap for seismic. Because team has rotated. I want to continue trading at the basement. Because they are trading really badly.
They still got a 4-stack in the basement.
Oh, there they are. Yeah, leave them there. Kill everything else.
In there. There's like 6 in there.
Yeah, one kill the rest.
Sun spider down.
New target acquired.
They're moving along Delta 4, Delta 5. Irby now comes this way.
Strife and that crew, they're gonna try to push out somewhere, so keep your eye open.
New target acquired.
Good comms in this match, I must say. True enough, Strife and Russia dealt bad. Bad code in the
execution coming out of
heavy
the back
metal.
of the basement.
Delta 5. Delta 4. 4-1.
New
This is
target
why basement
acquired.
doesn't work. They tried to
Turned
push out,
around.
got pushed back in. They lost trades. They tried coming out from Delta 5. Get pushed back in.
Pushing echo.
Not the most effective strat in higher tiers. So kind of a dueling with the heavy metal here. Showing my left side because I had a bit more armor.
New target acquired.
And just waiting for him to land and have alpha.
Rest of them are under
But somebody stole the kill.
so for one until just the rest.
Oh, Minovsky in a bandit. So it's a 3-man brawl bandit.
Units out.
Coordinated group drops. That is 7-1. As you can see, it's going to be a stomp.
Pushing Foxtrot.
Torso critical damage.
I still haven't got a kill. I've just been hitting and
Guardrails up.
fading.
New target acquired.
A fresh mislinks. Interesting. Peanut Boss goes, what is slaughter? In comms? How? Unfortunately true. Sometimes strats work, sometimes they don't. Now we just mop up. I just want the kill. Hello, mislinks.
Target destroyed.
Yay, I got a kill. It's 10-4. Quick seismic check.
Target acquired.
There he is. So I don't think I can get the kill. No, I alpha this left torso.
Target destroyed.
So not much damage transferred to the center
Okay.
torso. I think I did decent
Well,
damage,
that
but only one kill. As you can see from this match, basement strats are pretty hard even with coordinated groups, at least in higher tiers. 6 or rather 9 for 1 damage, 1 kill, 3 KMDDs, 600 max call. Not bad at all. So that's it, ladies and gents, for this video on the Laservomit Roughneck 3A. Not a bad IS Laservomit at all with its high mounts. It's pretty decent speed of 74.8, and its durability makes it a very good mech of the line. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. So till next time guys, chill, have fun, and I'll see you guys around one day. Ciao.